unique moment in history, also creating a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for students across the U.S. An entire new study program at MIT is now centered around developing relations between Cuba and the United States. The Now's Michelle Quesada talked to the group of students studying the evolving relations in Havana this week. She tells us how the president's trip is helping their research.
26 MIT students are staying here at the Havana Libre Hotel. They have been looking forward to this week in Havana for months, and then they learned President Obama was also going to be traveling to Cuba the same time they were. The acceleration of relations between the U.S. and Cuba is something these students are not only studying, they're witnessing it. Passport and plane ticket in hand, MIT student Sean Basak eager to see Havana for the first time.
I think we're very fortunate that we're at this kind of linchpin moment where we can actually see what it's like to broker these kind of new relationships for the first time.
The MIT Sloan School of Management study tour that brought 24 students to Cuba is the first of its kind for the institution. It was designed after President Obama announced the U.S. would establish relations with the communist country back in December 2014. Each student is researching a different topic.
We're looking at Cuban music and seeing how with the new economic political relations that can actually be more of a cultural export to the U.S. Other folks are looking at the tobacco industry, the baseball scene.
A few plans on the itinerary were postponed because of President Obama's arrival, like Sunday's trip to the embassy. Other stops on the list: cigar factories, rum factories, museums. They're taking it all in to report back their research in the U.S.
Countries aren't creating new relations with other countries, every day, every year. The fact that this was a pretty rare, moment on the world stage, I think was kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
The students are trying to make arrangements to be able to listen to the president while he gives his speech at the National Theater. Reporting from Havana, Michelle Quesada for the Now, South Florida.
Well, Michael Williams is joining Michelle Quesada and photojournalist Ian Doherty in Cuba as we continue coverage of the president's visit. They will continue their reports on News Channel 5 as well as online at WPTV.com/Cuba. You can also follow them during their time in Cuba on Twitter.